What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of Maximus the Fourth. What I have to present to you guys today is Pepsi Fire, a very rare flavor of soda. I actually reviewed Pepsi Fire about a year and a half ago, and I absolutely was not the reviewer that I am now back then. And it is time for the epic rematch of Pepsi Fire. My job today is to give you guys the most incredibly dynamic and full forced, complete, informational, informative review of Pepsi Fire. And by the end of this, I hope you guys go home seeing through a completely new light. And if you haven't ever heard of Pepsi Fire, that you are made 100% aware. Let's get into this. Here we go. In honor of Papa Bug, baby. We love you, Papa, so much! Yeah! Pepsi Fire was a cola flavor of soda that was first released in 2004, alongside Pepsi Ice, and then was later on discontinued in 2005. Now, Pepsi Ice is incredibly rare because it only ever was released alongside Pepsi Fire back in 2004 to 2005, and it was only available in most Asian areas. That's absolutely insane. And I know my boy, DJ Glowing Ice, has a can of Pepsi Ice because that man, he has just about everything. Let's move forward with the history on Pepsi Fire. Later on, 12 years later, in 2017, Pepsi Fire got released in the United States for a limited time only. In that very same year, it was also available in Canada, but only as a Slurpee variant. Pepsi Fire, as its name suggests, is a hot cinnamon cola flavor of soda. Now, when Pepsi Fire alongside Pepsi Ice was first released in 2004 in most Asian areas, PepsiCo shelled out $2.3 million to promote it. In the first initial release of Pepsi Fire, right alongside of Pepsi Ice, of this dual themed release in Pepsi Fire and in Pepsi Ice, was to choose your own adventure in whichever one you wanted based on your mood. This flavor was originally only available on tap at 7-Eleven stores. And then Pepsi Fire was later on released in 20-ounce bottles for wider distribution. The release of Pepsi Fire was timed to coincide with the summer season and the popular trend of spicy foods and drinks. Pepsi Fire was marketed with the slogan, "Get it while it's hot." The cinnamon flavor of Pepsi Fire comes from an even blend of both natural and artificial flavors, from both artificial and natural cinnamon flavors. Pepsi Fire was not the very first cinnamon flavor of soda to be released by PepsiCo, as they had previously released a holiday-themed Pepsi, a holiday-themed cinnamon Pepsi, a holiday-themed cinnamon-flavored Pepsi called Pepsi Holiday Spice, which was only available for a limited time. Pepsi Fire was inspired by the popularity of Fireball cinnamon whiskey along the millennials. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the complete history of Pepsi Fire. Let's open up this bad boy and see exactly what we're tasting. Okay, so you can definitely smell the cinnamon in this. There's no doubt about that. It's quite amazing how different these sodas smell when they're 6 or 7 years old in 20-ounce plastic bottles as opposed to the can. Here we go. Yeah, so the other times that I've had Pepsi Fire in a can, it tasted a lot more fresh. No doubt about it. Unless you have a Pepsi Blue from 2002 to 2004, because of all of the incredible preservatives that they used in that soda, you really can't get the same flavor of what Pepsi Fire would taste like unless it comes from a can. Yeah, see right there, already I can taste kind of a rotten, sugary flavor. Not even rotten, just an aged, sugary taste to it. And it absolutely does not taste like the Pepsi Fire that I remembered in a 12-ounce can. If you can find a 12-ounce can of Pepsi Fire, it is still very good. So overall, I'm not going to be able to give you guys my complete assessment based on this bottle, but based on my previous reviews that I've done on Pepsi Fire, it very much has a very similar flavor to a Fireball candy, that Jawbreaker. But Pepsi Fire is good. I like it a lot. If anybody from Pepsi is listening, let's bring back Pepsi Fire. It is an incredibly unique flavor of soda. It really makes me want to try Pepsi Holiday Spice now, and I'm definitely going to try that one as soon as I can, no doubt about it. While I cannot give you guys a complete overall score based on this bottle, I definitely remember what the previous one tasted like. Now, if I were to give you an overall score of what Pepsi Fire tastes like from this 20-ounce bottle, I would probably have to give you guys a score rating of about 6.5 out of 10, maybe even a 7 if I'm being very generous. But based on what I remember of Pepsi Fire from a 12-ounce can, when it's still very well preserved, this thing could get an 8.5 out of 10 all day long. But I still love the flavor of Pepsi Fire, even if it is from this 20-ounce bottle and not as fresh and preserved. It's an amazing flavor, and I really hope that PepsiCo brings it back one day. That way, each and every last one of you, my viewers that are watching, gets a chance to try this. So that's it. I've given you guys the complete history of Pepsi Fire, a very thorough taste test and a review, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Papa Bug, we love you so much, and thank you again for everything that you did for my family and I, and every last one of my other family members on my side. My wife loved you very much, and I know you loved her. We love you, Papa.